So today we're diving into something that could totally change the game for artificial intelligence. It's called self-evolving AI. And now we're not just talking about slightly smarter assistants. We're talking about systems that are built from the ground up for lifelong learning.
You know that feeling, right? Where you have to explain the exact same thing to your AI assistant over and over again. You tell it how you like things, but the very next day, it's like it has total amnesia. It's super frustrating, and it actually points to a really deep fundamental limit in how most AI works right now. Well, here's why that happens. Most AI agents out there are static. A developer configures them, they get deployed, and that's it. They're basically frozen in time. They don't learn from you, they don't grow. But this new idea, this new paradigm we're talking about, it's the complete opposite. It's designed to adapt all by itself and actually improve with every single interaction it has. So, how do we make that leap? How do we get from these rigid, static tools to something that's genuinely smart and adaptive? Well, the answer seems to be a whole new class of agents, ones designed for constant self-improvement. So what exactly is a self-evolving AI agent? Let's get into the core definition here. The magic words are continuously optimize and interaction with environments. This isn't about some developer pushing out a software update once a month. This is about the AI itself learning directly from its experiences in real time to get better at its job, completely on its own.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. Researchers aren't just building this technology, they're already thinking hard about the guardrails. I mean, giving an AI the power to rewrite its own code is a massive deal, and it absolutely needs a solid ethical framework from day one.
And get this, they're basing these principles directly on Isaac Asimov's famous 3 laws of robotics. And this isn't just a fun little nod to sci-fi, it's a serious attempt to bake safety right into the DNA of this technology before it even gets off the ground. And the order of these laws is everything. It's a hierarchy. First, the agent has to endure. That means safety is job number 1 above all else. Second, it must excel. It has to maintain or improve its performance, but never, ever by sacrificing safety. And only when those 2 conditions are met can it finally evolve and start optimizing itself. So it's always safety, then performance, then evolution, in that exact order.
You know, this whole idea of a self-evolving agent didn't just pop up overnight. It's really the next logical step on a journey that's been happening for years, especially since large language models came onto the scene.
We can actually map this out across 4 big stages. It all kicked off with static models. Then, we figured out how to adapt those models after they were deployed. From there, we started building systems with multiple agents that could work together. And all of that has led us right here, to the edge of this new frontier. Agents that can truly evolve themselves.
All right, let's break this table down because it really shows the whole story. We started with MOP, which stands for Model Offline Pre-Training. As you can see, the model only ever sees static, offline data. Then we moved to MOA, or Model Online Adaptation, which is where humans could start giving feedback to help it learn. After that came MAO, Multi-Agent Orchestration, where different agents started talking to each other. And that brings us to today, to MASE, where these agents can learn directly from the environment, letting the whole system evolve on its own.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple, really. We're moving from AI that was trained on a fixed library of books, so to speak, to systems that can learn from the real world live. They're essentially rewriting their own instruction manuals as they go.
Okay, so we've got the what and the why. But let's get into the how. How does an agent actually do this? What parts of itself can it even change?
It really comes down to 2 main avenues for growth. An agent can get better all by itself, as an individual, or a group of agents can learn to work together more efficiently as a team. So let's talk about the individual first. A single agent can tweak several of its own core parts. It can learn to write better prompts for itself to get better answers, it can figure out how to manage its memory better, and it can even discover new and clever ways to use its tools. It's a lot like a person just practicing and honing their own skills.
Now, the team part. This is where my mind was kind of blown. Multi-agent optimization is all about improving the collaboration. Think about an orchestra. It's not just about making each musician a virtuoso. It's about changing the seating arrangement to create the perfect sound. The AI system can literally reconfigure its own internal communication network, its topology, to figure out the absolute best way for its agents to talk to each other to solve a problem.
So you can see the potential here, right? It's huge. This could transform AI from just a static tool into something that feels more like a living, evolving partner. But we're not there just yet.
there's some pretty major hurdles we still need to clear. And the source material is very clear about these challenges. First up, and this is the big one, safety. Remember that first law, endure? Making sure the AI stays safe while it's changing itself is a huge deal. Then there's evaluation. How do you even test a system that's different every time you use it? And finally, there's transferability. Just because one AI model learns a cool new trick, there's no guarantee that trick will work on a different model.
And this quote from the research paper just nails it. It perfectly sums up the massive shift in thinking here. We're moving away from building static executors, things that just follow our orders, and we're starting to create continually learning, co-evolving participants, systems that can actually learn and grow right alongside us.
And that, of course, leaves us with a pretty massive question to think about. As we keep building AI that can evolve entirely on its own, are we just making a better tool? Or are we laying the groundwork for something else, something that comes after us?